Coming up tonight on YCN News, creating and fostering new businesses development in New Hampshire continues to move forward as Governor Maggie Hassan announces the formation of the Live Free and Start Advisory Council. A former employee of a popular Vermont attraction will spend 2 years in prison now that she has pleaded guilty to embezzlement. And drug arrests in southeastern Vermont continue, even as the state and local health officials are working to combat narcotic addiction throughout the region. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening and welcome to this Tuesday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Creating and fostering new business development in New Hampshire continues to move forward as Governor Maggie Hassan announced today the formation of the Live Free and Start Advisory Council. Joining Hassan in Concord is New Hampshire Business Finance Authority Executive Director Jack Donovan and the Department of Resources and Economic Development. The council's goal is to clear tie-ups that get in the way of new business development. This will be done by the council working with lawmakers or top state leaders to make changes to state laws or regulations. Across the region, high-tech startups are seen by state leaders as the lifeline for an economic future. New Hampshire wants to encourage as many of these entrepreneurial companies to set up shop in the Granite State as possible. The 14 Live Free and Start Advisory Council members represent industries, professions, and towns across New Hampshire. These include Parker Hansel of Turmoil Incorporated, based in West Swansea, and Ryan McGovern of Adimab LLC in Lebanon, among others. The first Live Free and Start Advisory Council meeting is set for 3 p.m. Tuesday, July 15th at Alpha Loft in Manchester. The street address is 844 Elm Street, Suite 100. A former employee of a popular Vermont attraction will spend 2 years in prison now that she has pleaded guilty to embezzlement. 47-year-old Michelle Rutledge of Berlin, Vermont, entered a guilty plea in U.S. District Court in Brattleboro yesterday, a plea stemming from her admitted actions at the Cold Hollow Cider Mill in Waterbury, Vermont, where she worked as an office manager and bookkeeper. Between June 2007 and June 2013, Rutledge embezzled at least $75,000 from the cider mill by using company credit cards and paying personal bills online or with wire transfers from company funds. The second embezzlement charge comes from her work as a treasurer for Harwood Youth Hockey Association. Court officials say in a statement that Rutledge also stole at least $53,000 from the youth hockey club to pay personal bills with checks drawn against the club's account and its credit cards. Judge J. Garvin Murtha ordered Rutledge to be on 3-year supervised release after she completes her prison sentence. She must pay restitution of nearly $129,000. She will begin serving her sentence on August 19th. Vermont State Police and the FBI investigated this case. Residents of Cornish will meet in tomorrow night to discuss public participation at and during its school board meetings. This is not a formal meeting of the school board, yet a former New Hampshire legislator is stepping forward to work out a solution to earlier contentious meetings between the board and meeting attendees. Cornish resident Peter Burling will act as a moderator to lead discussion about what will be tolerated at a meeting and what goes beyond public decorum to be heard. The meeting begins at 6 p.m. Thursday in Cornish Town Hall. It's an illness for which no cure has yet been found. Alzheimer's disease affects not just the person diagnosed with it, but the family as well. Family members and other caretakers may be getting some help now if legislation supported by U.S. Representative Ann McClain Custer passes. The bill would increase Social Security benefits for qualifying caregivers, including family members who spend more than 80 hours a month tending to their loved ones' needs. The Social Security Caregiver Credit Act would benefit women, especially who give up a job or take unpaid leave in order to care for a chronically ill family member. Custer knows firsthand of the difficulties Alzheimer's takes on an individual and family. Her mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2001. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. If you've ever wondered how much a surgical procedure costs at one New Hampshire hospital compared to another, here's your chance to find out. Today, the New Hampshire Insurance Department website, nhhealthcost.org, is back online after a hiatus. The particular website was created by the State Insurance Department in 2007. It allows patients, insured or not, to see and compare the cost of one medical procedure over another at health centers around the state. X-rays, knee surgeries, MRI, and CT scans, the cost of each can be found on the site. Its aim is to give healthcare consumers as much information as possible before a procedure is performed. State Insurance Commissioner Roger Savini says NH Health Cost was the first such website in the country to provide this level of financial information to the public. Insurance Department Health Policy Analyst Tyler Brannon says more information will be added to the website, including lab service costs, drug and dental care prices. Mark the date for August 16th and 17th on the Connecticut River. That's when Paddle Power 2014 will be held. Money raised from the two-day event, which has participants kayaking along the river and camping each night, goes to bring more awareness to a public health problem. The problem is one of the leading causes of death in the U.S., including among teens and now middle-aged Americans. We're talking about suicide. This year's honorary chairman is Dr. Diane Roston. Paddle Power is sponsored by West Central Behavioral Health Services, based in the Upper Valley. To learn more about Paddle Power, go to paddlepower.org or wcbh.org. Another local group seeks volunteers for the Vermont 100 Endurance Run. The race will happen on Saturday, July 19th from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Money raised goes to the Vermont Adaptive Ski and Sports Program. Reading, Vermont marks the halfway point of the 100-mile race. To learn more or to volunteer, contact Colleen O'Neill at 603-675-2030 or email her at coneilnh@aol.com. Drug arrests in southeastern Vermont continue even as state and local health officials are working to combat narcotic addiction throughout the region. 23-year-old Amanda Conant of Bomoseen, Vermont, is scheduled to appear in Windham County Superior Court next month on charges related to drug possession. State police stopped Conant for speeding as she drove along I-91 southbound in Rockingham at 7:15 p.m. Tuesday. While police spoke to Conant, an officer noticed a suspicious object in her pants groin area, police report. Upon questioning, Conant admitted to hiding a film canister in her pants, a canister filled with several prescription pills. Conant consented to a search of the car she drove, say police, a misdemeanor amount of cocaine, and several objects for drug use. In addition to the citation for speeding, Conant is charged by police with possession of a narcotic and cocaine. August 12th is the court hearing date. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next few days and then move on to sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tonight we have a 40% chance of rain and storms before 10 p.m. Skies will be mostly cloudy with lows in the 50s and winds up to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 80 degrees. Winds will range between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Thursday night we'll have a low of 55 degrees with calm winds and clear skies. Friday will be sunny with highs in the 80s and winds around 5 miles per hour. Friday night we'll have a low of 57 degrees with clear skies. You can see here that we may be hit with a chance of showers before the last of the storm is gone. Starting Thursday we should have sunny and clear skies for at least a couple of days. Now let's see what's coming up on our community calendar. Tomorrow in New Hampshire, the Claremont and Lebanon farmers markets will take place at 4 p.m. Also in Lebanon, a benefit bike auction will be held at 4 p.m. In Vermont, the Chad Hollister Band will perform at 6:30 p.m. in Queechee on the Village Green. In Putney, the Yellow Barn concert will begin at 8 p.m. in the Big Barn. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. Now let's continue the coverage of New Hampshire Fisher Cats. There's a game tonight, but we'll have the results tomorrow. On Thursday, the Fisher Cats will wrap up their 3-game series with New Britain. This game will begin at 7:05 p.m. On Friday, the Cats will pick up a 4-game series with Portland, including a makeup game on Saturday. We will keep you updated throughout this series.